This morning, but banks are not. They continue to drift lower after yesterday's carnage. Rajat Monga, CFO and Senior Group President of Yes Bank, has joined in. Rajat, good morning. Yes Bank fell about the most in the private banking universe yesterday because the market believes that it's exposed to wholesale funding in a bigger way and therefore stands to lose the most after the RBI measures. Would you concur with that inference?
I think that is maybe I would say less than an educated guess that people are making. I think wholesale funding is a very loosely used term. Generally speaking, I think if you look at the ALM profile of the bank, we are about 75 to 80% deposit funded, and there will be about 10-15% of funding coming from what you can call as equity and other capital sources. So there is definitely repricing risks and events that happen on the liability side of any bank, and in an ALM management, the outcome of the profits or net interest margins is a function of what happens on the assets and what happens on the liabilities. So therefore, we have to look at both in tandem. I think what market might be looking at is only maybe a one-sided view only on liabilities. We also have a fairly substantial let's say floating rate loan book or a shorter term loan book. Our average tenor of loans is only about 18 months. So there is a tandemness, if I may say, between assets and liabilities. So I think we have to look at both in perspective. And there is also maybe an overreaction in terms of what market is reading into what RBI is possibly intending. There might be some currently unintended consequences also which the money markets are facing. So it's, I think, a little bit of I would say uneducated guess that might be taken by the people who are saying that.
Okay, so can you tell us how much the actual wholesale cost of money would go up and how much of that you could actually mitigate by repricing some of the loans as you're talking about?
See, it's not wholesale. In fact, if interest rates go higher, I mean, let's assume interest rates go higher, wholesale, retail, all funding costs will begin to move higher. So one has to look at, therefore, what is the overall net situation, including asset prices will also move higher. So loan yields and investment yields will also progressively move higher. But that's if you assume that this is a permanent measure and not a transient measure that is currently being assumed. So let's hypothetically even discuss that. So we have about a 15% of, let's say, a balance sheet which may be gapped over a period of one year, if I may say, which means that if there is a 1% increase in costs across the board, there would be a 15 basis points, I would say, consequence on margins. That is if nothing else is done. That is if we do not increase any loan pricing out of line. That is if we do not look at any other management options that are available. In fact, some of this cost increase that may or may not happen will anyway get mitigated by the fact that our CASA book is increasing. So for every 4-5% CASA that we add to the book, which we are adding for the last 2 years, that 4-5% itself will add 15 to 20 basis points on margins. So like I was mentioning earlier, I am still not clear what is the logical argument behind what people are saying. An argument which may be backed by some facts and some data. So it's a little bit of an uneducated guess.
Rajat, good morning. Because of the events of yesterday, though, would you say that in the near term you will need to tweak your primary sources of funding, and how differently can you do it given the events of yesterday and the implications as you alluded to as well?
Actually, there are no implications because see, it's a deposit funded balance sheet, so we have to continue to seek deposits. What people wholesale funding is a misnomer. It is not something which is, somebody has to describe wholesale funding to us, for us to have this discussion. Wholesale funding does not exist in India as a Western concept. In Western countries, the Western banks before the global crisis would issue paper to intermediates, to hedge funds. We'll have structured notes, they'll have dual currency products which went into leveraged balance sheets in the first place. Now that wholesale style of funding is absent in our country. So we as banks, not just us, I mean all banks are deposit funded in general. Some deposits tend to be, let's say, bulky, which is the closest we get to a sense of wholesale funding. So, for example, we in the bank, I have a veto right in the bank to not take bulky deposits beyond, let's say, 200-250 crores from a single depositor. If you look at our top 20 depositor concentration, the number is about 13-14%. So 13-14% of our deposits are, I mean, the best banks have about 8-9% on that ratio. And there are many banks which you might find also on, including large public sector banks, you might find is in excess of 20% of top 20 depositor concentration. So this is not it's not a argument which is I'm willing to kind of, I mean, we need to understand how wholesale funding is actually defined in the first place.
The concern was that
So
your
funding,
margins may get impacted negatively, Rajat. So at this point, you would say you're
Yes.
confident of maintaining the 3% margins you did in Q4, also taking into account the point you were making about, improving CASAs and that helping your margins?
Yes, absolutely. So this does not even factor, let's say, let's assume this persists for a year. We have to also assume, therefore, that this is not a temporary step that RBI is taking, and therefore we have to also pass it on. So there are still management options we will have is to also be able to maybe raise prices for our borrowers. It's too early. It's also a little bit premature to discuss that, because we firstly believe that this is a transient method which RBI is adopting to defend the currency. Money markets have already eased today substantially, so I think there will be a lot of dust around it. It will settle. In fact, I believe the 75,000 crore window that RBI has artificially or quantitatively imposed may not even be needed for the next couple of months. The funding deficit of the banking sector is only 40-50,000 crores and falling, because this is also seasonally a very liquid period. July is the best month for liquidity, because lots of the currency in circulation which leaks from banks in the busy season comes back. So we get deposits in this period and don't get loans to kind of compensate. So there is an increase in liquidity. So we should not be reading too much into yesterday's market reaction. It is based on some distortions which have been speculated, which might happen in the money markets. That is unintended consequence as far as our view is. In fact, today RBI has announced a small measure to also help mutual funds get repo in terms of financing, because this is creating some realignment of funding in the money markets, because there is a little bit of unintended consequence. So as far as the bank's margins are concerned, we seem quite confident. I mean, this is notwithstanding management action, we'll maintain margins.
Just to go